you love to play. Oh, you love to play. Don't your comments won't relate. Sign this on my page for you. Oh my God, he changed. Young life, I can't see back on my. I just.
He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Say hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time. And it's probably gonna be quite a few in here because we're doing Vlogmas. Anyway, and welcome to. I missed my flight to Vegas. If you paid attention to my story times, you have seen what's the story time, child? Oh my God. She's dead in the car. Basically my Facebook was hacked and they were saying she's dead in the car because I leave my phone. Baby, I will leave my phone. Even now, I will leave my phones. I will leave my phones. It's not that serious because even my vlogging phone, I will leave my phone and I walk away because I expect people to have respect to not touch other people's property. So I don't trip. Anyway, so my homegirl Erica was getting married, and she was getting married in Vegas. And so she was like, she had sent me a text message. She was like, friend, you gonna come to Vegas? Mind you, I had never been to Vegas before, and so she was like, I'm getting married. You want to come to Vegas? We got a whole thing going. Never been. So me, I was like, girl, yeah. And I had plenty of time. Like, she gave me plenty of time to plan, and I was all for it because I had never been. And of course, as usual, I'm fighting something, rebuilding. Like, looking back over my life, it's like I don't want to be on the strong soldier team, God. And I don't want to be the captain. I don't want to be the co-captain. I don't want to be the colonel. I just want to be on the sideline looking, but in a comfortable financial situation, chilling in peace, minding my business and my business minding me. That's how I want to be. Because a good sis is tight. Really. Anyway, so I was like, oh, yeah, girl. Because at this point, it's like, I want to travel. I want to get stuff together. I want to live. I want to live. I don't want to always be fighting something. I want to live. I want to enjoy my life. At this point in time, like, baby, I ain't no spring chicken. I'm on my way out of here. Like, huh? Come on. I just catch a sister. Can a sister catch a break? Just because I'm good at what I do, don't mean, just because I carry trouble well, don't mean I want to carry it all the time. Just because I'm good at what I do, don't mean I want to keep piling stuff on me. Where the team at? Anyway, so girl, yeah, I'm with it. So at this point in time, I hit Busy Bee because I was like, girl, because at this point in time, me and Busy Bee have been like planning, plotting, doing trips, and we were planning our trips a year ahead. So this one we had already had, like, I think, or maybe we didn't. I think we had slowed down around this time. Did we? No, we was traveling. This was the year we was traveling. We had kind of slowed down a little bit because her daughter had got sick. So we had kind of slowed down a little bit. And so I hit her up because I think she had given me, I think like 3 or 4 months. I think she had given me like 3 or 4 months in advance. And so I was like, I hit Busy Bee up and I was like, girl, you want to be my date to Vegas? Because she had never been to Vegas either. So I shot her a text message like, girl, you want to go to Vegas? You want to be my date to Vegas? So she was like, of course, because she had never been. So I was like, girl, yeah, my homegirl Erica, my bestie, my boo, my girl is getting married. So you want to be my date? And so she was like, yeah, she was with it. Cool. So we going to start planning. So in the email, like, Erica was saying where the wedding was going to be held. And this is the hotel. And of course, because like her family was coming, the hotel was giving her like a group rate, right? And so when I looked at the hotel, when I went to go book, I was like, ooh, the hotel at the time and for the dates was sold out. So me and Busy Bee, I was like, girl, we got to find another hotel because her hotel where she's having her wedding is booked. No. Yes. Her hotel where she was having her wedding was booked. It was booked up. excuse me, it was booked up. So I was like, we're gonna have to find somewhere else to stay. And so she was like, oh, okay, cool. So the first hotel we looked at, and if those who have been to Vegas, like, you know, like, we're looking on the strip. Her wedding, the hotel was not really on the strip. Her wedding was in the Westgate. And so it wasn't really like the Westgate. If you have been to Vegas, the Westgate is far off on the other end on the strip. Like, the Westgate is the end of the strip, far off. And then if you go to the other end of the strip, that's where the Vegas sign is, and then where the mall is. So when you go past Mandalay Bay, that's on the other end. So we like we looking. Of course, we have never been. I'm speaking from experience now, but we had never been, to give y'all context. We had never been. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. So I put in hotels close to the Westgate. So when I put in the hotel, Circus popped up. And so I was looking at the price. And so I'm looking at the pictures, and y'all know when the hotels put the pictures up, of course, they're putting the best pictures. It's just like social media. It's just like Instagram, just like Facebook. People only put out the best stuff. They're not telling you the truth, what's going on behind the scenes. They're not telling you everything. They just putting up the best of the best at this moment. So I'm looking at it, and I'm looking through the pictures, and I was like, oh, okay, this look kind of cool. But what really caught my eye was the price. And we was going to be gone from Thursday night to Sunday morning, which was how we planned it. So I was like, I'm looking at the price for the amount of days that we going to be there. I'm looking at the price, and I'm like, girl, look at this price. Look at this price. And so she was like, oh, I'm cool with it. So I was like, okay, well, you can go ahead and book, because we would alternate who would book what hotel when we would go on a trip. So Busy Bee was cool with it. She was like, girl, yeah, I see the price. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm with that. And so I was like, yeah, so you book this time, because I think it was like her time to book. Because again, we would alternate who would book hotels each trip. So it was like, hey, if I alternated, if I did this trip, then the next trip we go on, you book that trip. Like, and you plan it. Like, you look for things to do. Like, you, like, et cetera, et cetera. Like, we would take turns. Like, even when we went to a certain when we went to a certain place, like, we alternated. Like, she drove one time, and then the next time I drove. So yeah, so it was like we would do things like that to make it fair, right? So this particular time, it was her turn to book. And so at this point in time, she was like, usually, like, the hotels, they usually don't charge your card until the end of the visit. But she had hit me up, and so she was like, they charging my card, and they asking for, like, I think it was like 15%. It might have been 15%, no more than 20. But they was asking for a fee up front. And so she was like, I don't have that right now. And so I was like, oh, okay, it's cool. We'll just keep looking. And I was like, or if I find something, like, I'll book. You know what I'm saying? I'll book it. That's literally how my friendship groups work. If you ain't got it, I got it. And then you pay me back when you can. Literally. Because you never know when you're going to need people again. So you don't ever, in that friend group, you don't ever shit on the person who looked out for you when nobody else is looking out for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you never know what's going to happen or when you're going to need that person again. So you want to make sure, like, it's just like a bank. I want to make sure I'm good with this person. I'll make sure I'm good with the bank. Because just in case I need this person again, or I need the bank again, it's no problem. Oh, yeah, we can work something out and we can help you. Right? Anyway. So, yeah, so I was like, okay, don't worry about it. I'm going to keep looking. And so she was like, okay, cool. So I'm looking, like, because I'm laying down watching Netflix, and I'm looking through the pictures, like, you know, during my downtime, like, I'm still planning. A Capricorn don't really have downtime. Like, our mind is always wondering. We're always thinking. We're always maneuvering. We always looking at stuff. We always self-checking ourselves. Like, literally, when people be like, Capricorns overthink, and most of the time we're right. Most of the time we be spot on. Most of the time we call that joint right on out. Like, we pay attention. I can't speak for Capricorn men because I'm not a man. So I don't know how they roll. I've heard some stories about y'all. I heard y'all look crazy. But I can only speak for Capricorn women. Every Capricorn woman I know is pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. And a lot of times they be like, Capricorns are boring. No, boo-boo. We just don't trust you and we don't like you. Because once we trust you and we vibing, life of the party, baby. I promise you. Anyway. So, yeah. So it was like, I'm looking like I'm laying down. My Netflix is on my laptop. And I'm laying down because at this time we are still at Gamer's house. So I'm looking through the phone. And I know y'all like, let me clear this up. Girl, how you going on trips and you at Gamer's house? I was paying rent. I was paying $300 a month to rent a room. Buying our food, because at the time we had food stamps until I started working real good. Buying our own food, and then when Ty was working, Ty was buying his own food. So we wasn't eating their food. I would clean. I'm going to work, and I'm paying rent. Exactly. Anyway, so I'm laying down, I'm looking at Netflix, and I'm going through my phone, so I'm looking through the pictures of Circus. And so I was like, and so I saw the McDonald's, and I'm looking at the circus, and I'm looking at all this stuff, and I was like, this look like a kid hotel. This don't look adult friendly. This look like specifically for kids, like something for your kids to do, like family vacation, in case, we want to gamble a little bit, but let the kids be occupied somewhere. And I was like, so I hit Busy Bee up and I texted her and I was like, this look like a kid hotel. Do we really want to stay here? And I was like, because this look like a kid hotel and I ain't really feeling it. I don't want to hear kids all over it, which I don't, because at this point in time, like, my kid grown. He grown ass man. He a grown ass man. So it's like, I don't want to hear kids all the time. Like, baby, this is vacation for me and supporting my friends. So it's like, I don't want to hear kids all the time, but this is not my cup of tea. This is not what I'm looking for as far as me staying in this hotel. So I'm looking. She was like, I don't know. Let me look at it again, because I really didn't look at it. So she was like, yeah, it do kind of look like kids hotel, because like, they had the McDonald's and then they had the circus. They had the games. Like, it's called Circus. It literally looks like a circus. So it's like, let me see. So she was like, yeah, friend. It do kind of look like, that. It kind of look like it's just catered just for kids, right? So I was like, right. And that's not what I want to do. And she was like, me either. Like, I don't want to hear no kids, because her daughter is a grown ass woman. So she don't want to hear no kids either. So I was like, yeah, so I'm going to keep looking. Don't worry about it. I'm going to keep looking. So she was like, okay, cool. So let me see what was the other one. I think it's, hold on. Because I booked through a certain app. So it still should be in here. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so I had went back. And when I went back to check the Westgate, so I went back to check the Westgate. So I was like, we can kind of hotel hop, where we do like a hotel for a certain amount of days, and then we do a hotel, like 2 days at this hotel and then 2 days at this hotel. And so she was like, oh, okay, there, yeah, that's cool. So I was like, all right. So I canceled Circus, right? And then when I went back to the Westgate was open, and for 2 days, no, 3 days. It was open for 3 days. And so I was like, well, this is the thing for the Westgate. And so she was like, oh, okay, cool. So I was like, like, it was her turn to book, and I was like, you want to book? And so she was like, oh, okay, let me try it. And so she was like, no, friend, like, they still it's still charged, like they was charging her for your front. Now, mind you, again, we had traveled, so it was like, I'm used to, like, the hotel, like, they don't take a fee up front for you. Now, a lot, especially since COVID, they're doing well, because they don't want you to say the C word on here. What they call it? C19? Yeah, they call it C19. The pandemic. Since the pandemic, a lot of hotels take certain money up front. Like, you have to really search for the ones who, like, you can cancel, like, it's free until this date, where you can, like, free cancellation until this date, or you don't have to pay an upfront fee. So me or her have never been to Vegas, and it's like, oh, why they charging? Like, I don't understand why they charging ahead of time when they've never done that before. Like, other hotels have never done that before. We've never been to Vegas at this time. So literally, so it was like, oh, okay, cool. So she was like, I really don't have it right now. And I was like, okay, don't worry about it. And I was like, you can just go ahead, like, I'll just cancel it. Like, cause I had sent it to her, like, so she could go ahead and, like, pay. And I was like, I'll just cancel it. So I canceled it. Because at that point in time, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to come up with something, because I got to book this time, because my friend going through some stuff. And so I was like, okay, like, let me look and let me find some stuff. So I went, like, to my finances, and I'm looking. I'm at work looking every day, like, on my phone, going through the hotels like this to try to figure out. So I come across, like, I would say, did I book? No. So I end up booking the Westgate, because I was like, don't worry about it, friend, I'll book it. So I booked it. And so they it was like free. I think it was like free for a week or whatever, because I was like, it's free on my end. And so she was like, it's not free on my end. So maybe it was free on my end because out, like, of the app, maybe it was having a special, but it was free on my end. So I booked it. And so I was like, okay, friend, don't worry about it, like, it's booked. So I'm that type where I'm always, like, looking. And if we go to a beach, I'm a beachfront girl. Give me the view. Like, I'm trying to get everything possible, because I go hard for other people. God damn it, I'm gonna go hard for me. Like, I'm just in that era. Usually I go hard for people and then just put me on the back burner. I'm not doing that ever. I'm gonna let people do what they want to do, so I can maneuver how I need to. Anyway. So yeah, so she was like, no, so I booked it or whatever. So, but I'm scrolling, and I come across the Mirage. And so, like, they had the picture. Let me show y'all the picture. Cause, you know, like I said, they put out their best foot forward when it's time to advertise. Okay, move now. Oh, they're not gonna show the picture? I wanna show the picture. Damn. Let me see if my phone up. It's not. They're not gonna show the picture, chill. Hold on. Oh, here we go. They not taking reservations on our site right now. I bet they not, cause baby, the Mirage ain't even there. But anyway, so this picture came up. Hold on, let me try to get y'all. That picture is what they was using, right? Y'all see the date. I'm gonna let y'all come, let my phone refocus, cause she like, girl, come back to the light, Carolyn. There she go. All right, so yeah, so it was like, I saw the picture and I was like, ooh, and I put in the dates for the time that we land and the time that we would leave, and the trip was like $500. $538. So I was like, that's like $250 a piece, like $275 a piece. You can't beat that. You on the Strip, you in the Mirage, like, you like right in the heart of the Strip. You at the Mirage, which is like this big time, one of the big time hotels, and it's not far from the Westgate. It's not too far, but it's not far from the Westgate. And I was like, bet. So I was like, friend, you want to do this? You look at this hotel. She was like, friend, I like it. And I was like, you able to do like the $250? And so she was like, I just can't book right now. And I said, I ain't asking you to book. What I'm asking is, are you able to do the $250? So she was like, yeah, I can maneuver where I can do the $250. Boom. I was like, don't worry about it. I'll book this time. You book next hotel, next trip. So I booked. Baby, I'm excited. I'm excited because the plans we ready to go. We ready to hit Vegas. So now it's a countdown. All right. So I would say we're gonna speed up and push it to like a month. A month before. I would give it a month. It might have been like 3 weeks, but it was like a month before. And Busy Bee kept calling. Busy Bee kept calling. 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 And to the point where it was like, I'm excited to see my friend because it's like my friend texting me. And it got to the point where you're not even saying hello. You like, you bought your ticket from Vegas yet? 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 And I was like, at one point, it was like, girl, say anything. Say you took a shit. Say you went to the grocery store. Say you had a good day at work. Say something else besides a ticket to Vegas, because I was really tired of hearing it. Because it was like, girl, no, because she was trying to figure out plans. And here's the thing, like, Busy Bee is a Scorpio. These are for my people who, who into astrology and all that stuff. She's a Scorpio. So it was like, girl, like, she wasn't, like I told, like, she was going through something, but she wasn't giving me like the extent of what was going on. So like, me trying to find flights, because I wanted to do like a round trip, and it was like, girl, you come up here, we fly out together. Like, I wanted to do like this big time girls trip, because it was both of us, our first time in Vegas. But at this point in time, like, some shit just don't work. Like, some things just don't work out like that. Some things just don't happen like that. And you have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to adjust, the adult thing. You have to adjust. And then you also have to understand, especially if this is somebody you care about and this is your friend. Like, it's like, some things just not going to work out like that. Like, and I'm a realist about mine. It was like, baby, if you ain't got it, just say you ain't got it. And if I got it, I got you. But if I don't have it, go boo boo. If I don't have it, like, I'm budgeting this trip just like you budgeting the trip. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't do it, because at this point in time, like, I had found like a round trip Delta flight, because like I said, I wanted to do, like, it was like, okay, it's a girls trip, and she couldn't do it. She was like, I can't afford that right now. And it was like, okay, cool. So she was like, I'm gonna look for a flight, like, the amount of money it would take her to get to me, and then both of us, like, window seats, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, the amount of money it was gonna take for me to get to you where we can fly out together, like, I could put that towards a ticket, which was true and which was smarter. So I was like, you right, so we'll just meet up in Vegas. And so I was like, stop stressing, it's all gonna work out. I don't even know what's going on to the extent, because she's not telling me. And I understand that too, because I'm that type of person too. I'm that type of person where I feel like I lay low. I don't tell people my business. I don't say, like, I tell you when I'm ready to tell you. I don't let you get on. I don't let you put on. Like, I've never been that type of person anyway. Like, my business is my business. A lot of people be like, oh, you sneaky. No, I'm private. There's a difference. Anyway, so yeah, so it was like, it's all good, friend. Like, just take your time. It's all gonna work out. Look for a ticket that you can afford and go that way. Like, and just let me know, like, when you flying in, when you flying out. Like, we'll just coordinate that. And so she was like, oh, okay, cool. So my first ticket was through Delta. No, my ticket to get to Vegas was through Frontier. I bought my ticket through Frontier, and they had like a nice little sale. I think it was like $150. And then it was like, you could check in your bag, and I only had one bag. So it was like $150. So with taxes, I think I paid like $175 for the ticket to Vegas. I haven't bought my ticket home. And so she was like, oh, okay. So I was like, girl, I got my ticket from Frontier. And I was like, this is a sale that's going on. So I, shot her the sale. And so the airport she was leaving from, she was like, it's really not a sale for me. Like, she couldn't find nothing that made sense for her. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Just let me know. Like, just keep me posted. So she ended up finding a flight. I don't know. I think it was with JetBlue. Was it with JetBlue? It might have been with JetBlue. I don't know. It might have been with JetBlue. Maybe not. She ended up finding the flight. I don't know which one, who she was with. I can't remember, but she ended up finding the flight. Anyway, so yeah. So we get to the point where it's like, okay, time is winding down. Erica was like, friend, you coming? Like, everything's set. I was like, girl, I'm ready. My bags are packed. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. And I was even talking to my boss at the time. At this point in time, I'm working at the OBGYN practice. And like, I'm talking to my boss. And at one point in time, I had stopped being excited because Busy Bee kept calling and asking about the ticket. And I was like, girl, like, it's draining. Like, just say something. I don't want to talk about Vegas. I don't want to talk about Vegas. Again, you're not telling me the extent of what you was going through, so you was worried about that, so you kept asking, like, so we could be kind of on the same page, I guess. But it was like, girl, like, so asking. I don't want to talk about Vegas. Like, really, I didn't want to talk about Vegas. And my boss was like, Andrew, you supposed to be excited about your vacation. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about Vegas. Because at one point, she was saying how she had never been. She's like, I've never been to Vegas. And she was feeling some type of way. Because she's like, I've never been to Vegas. And I'm your boss. Like, I make more money than you. I promise you. Like, I've never been to Vegas. How are you able to, to afford Vegas? And the nurse on the other side of me, we're going to call her Kendra. Kendra, my coworker, the nurse on the side of me, Kendra was like, oh, I've been to Vegas. She would go for, I don't know what it's called during Halloween, but that's when she would go. And so she would basically go to, what is called? Old Vegas, but it's called something else. I can't think of the name right now. I'll insert it at the bottom. But she would always go to Old Vegas during Halloween because she had a friend there, and that's when they would like really turn up, celebrate or whatever. And so Kendra was asking me, she was like, where are y'all staying at? And I was like, oh, we're staying in the Mirage. She was like, oh, big money, big money. And I was like, who has big money? And so she was like, you staying on the Mirage, you staying on the Strip? Oh my God. She was like, that's a lot of money. Do you know where like the Mirage is located? No, I had never been to Vegas. Like, I found a deal and we took it. I found a good deal and we took it. And that's usually how it happens. Like, I look months prior and I'm always searching because you never know when a hotel during that time, like if they're not completely booked when they throwing out deals. So I'm always looking. When we have a trip planned, I'm always looking to see if I can find something else and find a good deal. And so I was like, girl, no, where's it located? She was like, oh, that's in the heart of the Strip. That's an expensive restaurant. I mean, that's an expensive hotel. Oh my God. You big money, huh? Big money. No. And so I started laughing. So I text Busy and I was like, girls, the Mirage must be really nice. Again, we have never been to Vegas. The Mirage must be really nice because old girl over here calling me big money about us staying in the Mirage. She was like, oh, okay. So I was like, yeah, so it must be really nice. And she has been to Vegas. We haven't. Kendra has been to Vegas. And so I was like, girl, no. She was like, yeah, please be excited. She was like, because that hotel is expensive. So please be excited. Please, like, get your money's worth. And I was like, oh, okay. So she was like, and it's always something to do. Very true. Very true. Very true. And depend on who you go with, too. But anyway, so yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So, like, she was hyped. But anyway, so once it got real close, so my boss was like, all right. She was like, have a good time. Like, see you when you get back. And, she was like, enjoy the trip. Because, again, I was tired of hearing about Vegas. I didn't want to hear about Vegas. So I get home, and it's the day before, like, me waking up to go to the airport. And here goes Ty with the same scenario where you're leaving me. Mind you, I will invite Ty to go places. And you will always turn me down and be like, that's not me. That's not Tyler. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then when it's time for me to leave, it's, oh, you leaving me. You don't want to spend time with me. You don't want to. Yeah. Anyway, so I just ignore him. Once I caught on, I ignore him. So anyway, Ty is a Taurus. Anyway, so yeah. So it was like the day before, after tuning Ty out, it was like, okay, I want to make sure everything is in order. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush. This is going to be good. I'm going to leave on time. Like, it's just going to be beautiful. This is gonna be a good trip. I'm gonna enjoy myself. I hear my boss in my head. It's like, yeah, let me get my ish together. Let me get my ish together because, sweetie, this is vacation. You're going to Vegas. This is vacation. You're going to celebrate your friend. So, pack up the car, tell bye, driving. Traffic is beautiful. Usually traffic is horrendous during this time of morning and to even get to the airport, but traffic is beautiful. It was smooth sailing. It was a beautiful situation, honey. And I was like, because at first I was going to get me an Uber, but then when I saw the Uber price, I was like, the amount I would pay for an Uber one way, I can go park my car and pay for the amount of days, and it would be the same price for me to park my car at the airport. So I parked my car. I was like, I'll drive and I'll park my car at the airport. Did I park my car at the airport? No, lying. I found another a parking situation. I didn't park my car at the airport this trip. That was a different trip. Where the hell did I go? Anyway, that was a different trip where I parked my car. Oh, that was a different trip when I parked my car. But anyway, yeah, so I was like, I had found this parking thing where it was like maybe $9 a day. I think it was like $9 a day. They was having like a sale. I think I found it on Groupon where they shuttle you to the airport and you park your car. When you park your car, like literally the total was gonna be like $21. Like they had a parking situation and then they shuttle you to the airport. And I was like, oh, bet. I'll do that instead of parking at the airport. So when I pull up, because I don't know where this parking place is. So when I pull up, to the parking place, like when I put the address in and like I'm driving, and when the address was like pull off on this exit, I was like, what the But this exit is very close to the airport. So I was like, all right. So I pulled off and then literally not even a mile down the road, it was like, made a right. And I pulled in. I was like, what the? Because, baby, it looked busted. It looked like a haunted hotel because it was a hotel. So it was a hotel on this specific exit, but they offered shuttle service and they offered parking. And the parking was cheaper than the than the airport. So when I pulled up and I was like, all right, Angel, it's too late because it's the day of. Go with it. Go check in, etc., etc. So I pull up. I go on the inside and I was like, hey, I got, I made a reservation to park. Where do I go? What do I do? Etc., etc. So she was like, oh, okay, yeah. So she gave me my parking number, told me which space to park in because my space had a number. It was number 8. She was like, you park in number 8. So you just put your car back there. You just put this in your window and lock your car and you come back up front and then we shuttle you to the airport. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm starting to perk up a little bit because it was like, okay, that's some business situation. I'm with that. So I was like, okay, yeah. So I'm starting to perk up, right? So I'm standing in the front, like, waiting. Because I was like, okay, so what time does the shuttle come? She was like, oh, we wait a while before our driver gets here because he just made an airport run. And so I was like, oh, okay. So, she was like, it's literally like a cycle of every 30 minutes. So when she said that, there was a couple in front of me because I'm not the only person who picked up this deal. Because mind you, they don't have a picture of the hotel. They have a picture of the parking lot. So you're thinking you're coming to like a parking lot to park. Walk up to like a certain area and then like there's a shuttle running to run you to the airport. No. Should have known because it was too good to be true. Too good to be true. When she said that, when she was like, oh, it's a 30-minute cycle, the couple in front of me who were Caucasian was like, excuse me? Because they took the deal too, honey. Like they saw the deal on Groupon. Like I said, it was just a picture of parking. There was no, clearly none of us read the fine print, to be totally honest. Because she was like, well, yeah, it's in the fine print where it says we run every 30 minutes. So he was like, what? What? He was like, how long? How long? Because of course now he's irate because they're trying to catch a flight. Just like me. But I arrived early. I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna go early because I want to make sure just in case I run into some stuff, I got enough time. Like I'm not pushing it, right? So they live it. And then there's another girl, she walks in with her suitcase, and so she was like, hey y'all, hey y'all. So she had been there before. Like she was like, girl, I stay here when I come into town because it's always the vibe. It's always the vibe. Now originally she was from Miami, and I was looking at her because I spent summers in Miami. Mind you, Miami's not the same now like it was when I was growing up as a kid, but listen to her saying like, coming here where we are is the vibe and leaving from Miami. But then again, I understand because usually where you live, you're not even excited or it's not even big time to you, which is how it was like from my hometown. It was like I didn't recognize the jewels, like the seafood, the hometown feel, like just like the festivals, the small time feel of having that, of everybody knowing everybody. Like if you need a ride, like if somebody passed by and know you, they'll pick you and take you to work. Like you ain't got to worry about your well-being sometimes because we done had some stuff happen. You ain't got to worry about your well-being normally with me growing up. Like it was literally like just a vibe. But me living there and then people coming there now to like it's more of like a retirement town now. It's like, what? Like, with them seeing the value, to be totally honest. And it's like, girl. Like, but that's just literally how it is. Every person, like, even people, like, even my cousins who live in Miami, they moved to Fort Lauderdale now. But it's like, Miami, because she was like, Miami is not what it used to be when we was kids. But her living in Fort Lauderdale, even now, like, she was like, girl, it's Lauderdale. It's Lauderdale. It's Lauderdale. And I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. So I get it when she was like, girl, I'm from Miami. And it's like, what part of Miami you from? And so she was like, oh, I'm from, it don't matter. She was like, oh, I'm from Carroll City. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because that's where I used to spend summers. That's where my aunt used to stay. And then I would bounce back and forth from like my cousins, them in different areas. But I was like, oh, cool. Carroll City is not the safest, but it was a vibe. So anyway, so it was like, oh, okay, yeah. So we started talking and chatting up because I, again, spent summers in Carroll City. So, like, there were certain things that I knew. And so she was like, oh, okay. And I was like, girl, what you doing here? And so she was like, girl, it's always about when I come here, I do it often. And, like, the people behind the desk knew her. So it was like, oh, okay, she come here often all the time. Back and forth, shuttle from the airport. So when she had pulled in, the lady was like, oh, okay, to drive outside. So it was like just a little plain white van. Like there was no name on the side. Nothing for you to recognize. It was just a plain white van. So the white man was like, he rushing. He's trying to get his suitcase on. He told his wife, come on, hurry up, babe, hurry up. And so I understood because he was like, we're trying to catch a flight. Because you're not thinking like it's a 30-minute cycle. You're thinking, okay, you get here and they have no more than like 15 minutes where there's a shuffle. There's a shuttle running every 15 minutes. That's what I'm thinking. You know, like at the airport, there's a shuttle running. Like other hotels, there's shuttles running every 10 to 15 minutes to pick up, drop off, And so he was like, come on, babe, hurry up. Because there's the extra 15 minutes added on your time. And he was like, I need to make my flight. And so the driver was like, you're going to make your flight. You're going to be okay. You're going to make your flight. And so the man like copping him a look. Because at this point, just like him, the 30-minute cycle is news to me too. But I ain't tripping because I'm early. They not. I am. So we get on the van. And we packing up, putting all that stuff in. He was like, everybody got their suitcases. They got everything they need. Because when we pull off, we pull off. Everybody was like, yeah, we got everything. The only people on the van is me and the couple. The girl was coming from the airport to stay at the hotel. And what you mind? Get how you live, babe. So the only people on the van is me and the couple. So we get in the van like we're riding. Literally, I understand now why he was calm, cool, and collective, because it might have been a good minute and a half and we were at the airport. He literally, it was like the longest we had to sit. Okay, I would give it 2, 3 at the most because of the red light. Once the light changed, we went down a good little strip. We're at the airport quick. So I was like, oh. So the man kind of calmed down. He was like, see, I told you you're gonna make your flight. And so he was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, we're flying Delta. And so he looked up at me and I was like, it's cool, I'm early, so I don't have a problem. Which I didn't, because I was early. So he had put us out. So me at the time I had my S8 was like my main phone, and I think like the Alcatel was my side piece. But so I'm playing on my S8, and then once I got through, like I'm looking up because I was like, enjoy this moment. I put my phone down beside me, and so I'm just looking, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we right here. Like it's literally nothing, literally like a hop, skip, and a jump, like your grandma used to say. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I was like, I got plenty of time. I can walk around, I can look around, I can do whatever. So we get to the airport, and so they're still rushing because it's like they have to go through TSA, and they have to get to what you call it? They have to get to, damn, why I can't think of it? The boarding site. I can't think of what else they call it. They call it something else. But they have to get to the deck. They have to get to the deck so they can load their plane. So that was the process, because they tell you to come 2 hours early to get through TSA. So they're rushing. Anyway, so he was like, but so the dude was like, Delta right here, so you can just go ahead and check your bags on the outside, which they did have like a little area where you could, for Delta, where you can just go ahead and check your bags and then go ahead and go through TSA. So, and then they like check your ticket or whatever. So they was pulling their stuff off, and the wife was giving the man the ticket, and so he was pulling his stuff. So I jump out the van. I let them go first because they was in a rush. So I hop out the van, and then the man gave me my bag, and I went on. Like I'm just walking in the airport, looking around. Like I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I'm looking. I was like, okay, where's my counter? I'm looking for Frontier. I found Frontier. Walk up the Frontier. When I walk up the Frontier, I went to go reach for my phone. Mind you, what I got on don't have no damn pockets in the bag. Oh. I ain't got no phone. So I'm trying not to panic, like, cause the shadow has pulled off. So I'm trying not to panic. So I was like, okay, what to do? I got plenty of time. I'm looking like, I was like, okay, I got plenty of time because I got my side piece. So I'm looking at the time, and I was like, I got plenty of time still. I just need to call, I just need to call the hotel to say, hey, tell the shuttle to come back. Let me not trip. Let me just go ahead and check my bag, right? So I walk up the Frontier, and I was like, am I still able to check my bag? I don't have my phone. I left my phone on the shuttle. And so she kind of, because at first she was like, and then looked up, right? And so I left my phone on the shuttle, and I was like, so she was like, you don't need that. I just need your social. And I was like, oh. And so she was like, yeah. So, and I was like, my social. And so she was like, she was like, what's your name? And so I gave her my name. And so she was like, okay, yeah, I see you. I see you right here. Don't worry about it. My social. So anyway, she was like, yeah, so we go ahead and check your bag. Your bag. You can go ahead and check your bag. Like, you early, you on time. Like, so you good. So she was like, you know where the shuttle went? Because usually, like, the shuttle will park back here. I had never been, like, at this point in time, like, I'm panicking. And then me being at the airport is like, drop off and go. Like, I haven't done the shuttle thing at this airport. So, I don't know. And so I was like, can I use your phone so I can call so I can call the hotel so they can tell the shuttle guy, like, hey, come back so I can get my phone because it's on the back seat. And so she was like, we don't have a phone. I was like, girl, I'm just calling the hotel. I was like, it's not for personal use. I was like, matter of fact, I ain't got to call. You ain't got to put the phone up here on the counter. You can call. You can dial the number for me and just hand me the handset. I was like, my phone is on the shuttle. I need my phone. And so she was like, you know what hotel it was? So I called out the hotel, and so she was like, oh, okay. And so she dialed the number, so I called the lady, and I was like, hi, this is Angel. And I was like, I was on the shuttle, and I was like, I left my phone on the shuttle. Where's the guy? So she was like, oh my God. She was like, oh, no. He should be parked on the side in section G. Where is that? She was like, you know, like where they wait for, where you're going to have to go when you come back. I was like, oh, okay. So I hung up. And so I was like, where's section G? She was like, right there. Yeah, it's so many like buildings and stuff. And it's like, girl, what? So I'm walking around looking for section G. Walking, looking. Wait the hell. So I walk out where there's this parking area. And this, for the life of me, and this was my mistake, the dude said, you need help, because he was the hotel. Why I keep saying hotel? He was the airport personnel. He's like, you need help? And I was like, no, I'm good. I should have said, I'm looking for section, like the parking G. Because the dude was sitting there. Like, now looking back, it was like he was right there. The van was right there. It was right there. But it was also so many white vans. I'm not thinking. But the van was right there. I'm going to tell you how I know the van was right there. So I was like, no, I'm good. So I walked back in, and I'm looking still for section G, because I'm looking for this sign that says section G, right? Looking. Now it's like time is going, and I'm panicking. Now I'm panicking. So I'm walking. So I went back to the same counter, and it was a different girl. And so I was like, hi, like I used the phone because I need to call because I left my phone on the shuttle. This girl was like, oh my God. So she was like, what number do you need to call? What number do you need to call? What do you, like, how can I help? And so I told her, like, the hotel name. So she called, and I called back. So the lady was like, he was right there, but he's gone now. You were supposed to go to section G. And I was like, I don't know where section G is. And I was like, and I asked, and the girl told me right there. And again, I ain't tell her like my mistake when the dude was like, you need help, and I should have asked him, but I didn't. And so she was like, I don't know where, I was like, I don't know where section G is. So the girl who called the second time, a different girl, so she was like, oh, section G is like if you go straight here, like you go right here, like that's where it would be. Like she was like, it's a shuttle. She was like, they all would be back here. Like if you go back here and look, like she was like, now the letters are on the opposite side. So you actually won't be able to see them. You have to walk across the road to actually see the letters and see section G. She was like, but it's over there. Again, not the other girl fault, because when the man asked me, I should have said something. But me, and I was like, okay, thank you. Because at this point in time, like, I'm panicking. So she was like, when's your flight? So I gave her my name. She was like, oh my God. And I was like, right. And so she was like, no, it's going to work out. So I go outside because it's more detailed now, and I cross over. Now, the dude who had asked me if I needed help, like, there's no hotel person at hotel. I don't know why I keep saying hotel. There's no airport person out there. So, like, I walk across, and, like, also I'm sitting in section G, and, of course, the dude is already gone. And so she was like, it takes, like, she was like, we're switching drivers, and then it takes another whole 30 minutes. I don't know if you'll be able to get your phone before your flight. So I'm sitting there. And again, remember I told you the other hotels, they have shuttles rotating every 15 minutes. So it was like two dudes who had like pulled up and waited, because they wait for a good 10-15 minutes and then they pull off because it's a 15-minute shuttle interval for them. So like when they came back for like the second, they was like, you've been sitting here for a minute. Where the hell your shuttle at? And I was like, it's 30 minutes. They switching over. And they was like, who's the hotel? So I called out the hotel, and they was like, who would be doing that? And so I was like, I don't know, they switching. And so another dude was like, oh, I know who it is. We gonna call it. Well, y'all don't know her, because I ain't even call out the hotel. He was like, oh, I know Grace. Yeah, let me call her. So he texted her. Then she didn't respond. So they call, when I tell you these complete strangers don't know me from Adam, like they hustling, they trying to fit. They was like, cause we trying to get you on your flight. And I was like, I so appreciate it. Like they hustling, trying to get it. Y'all, that lady didn't call back till an hour later. She called back an hour later. An hour later. Like, the phone wasn't going straight to voicemail. You see the phone ringing. You see the text messages. Because the dude looking at it, he was like, she seen it. You seen it. You're just not responding. Like, they hitting you up saying, hey, it's important. Like, hey, can you come? Hey, it's important. You finally show up. Y'all, it's literally, my flight was leaving. If I'm not mistaken, my flight was supposed to leave. Let's just say my flight was leaving at 12:50, and I was arriving in Vegas because it was a non-layover flight. It was non-stop, and I was arriving in Vegas at 4:50. Maybe 3:30. It was 3:30. It was 3:30. It was 3:30. Busy Bees was 4:50. It was 3:30. So I was like, he was like, we trying to get you on your flight. We trying to get you on that flight. So she was like, oh, here's your phone. Girl, I snatched that phone out of her hand and took off running because it's like, girl, they already told me. So I'm running and I can hit them and I'm like, thank you, and running. He was like, I hope you make it. Literally, it was like a movie. So I'm hustling. I still got to go through TSA. Hustling to get the TSA. So I hustle to get the TSA. Before I can even get the TSA, I still got to get to the deck to even go. Yeah, I'm in TSA and they got the dogs walking through, like, and I'm standing in line. I'm like, please, let the flight be delayed. And like, you hear people like you hear like them calling over the speaker. So I'm going, oh my god. I don't hear my name, but I hear people talking. I'm looking around like, please, because mind you, my bag is already checked in. My bag is on the plane. My bag is on the plane. So I'm sitting there going, oh my god. The room is in my name. So I'm going, please, come on. So it's this lady in front of me, and I was like, please, I don't want nobody to be acting crazy, no nothing. So the lady in front of me, she had on sandals. Yeah, she had on sandals. So, you had to take off your shoes. I tell anybody, put on some slide-in shoes with socks. Don't try to be all cute. I mean, you can be cute. You can still be cute and laid back at your hotel. Your airport outfit, but put on some socks because that TSA gonna make you take off them shoes and just have on some sliding shoes, like some sliding sneakers. I have some shoes that I used to wear all the time, and some Nauticas and slide-ins. Baby, those my airport shoes. Those are my airport shoes. Slide them in. Make sure I got on my little socks. Good to go. I'm not pulling out no outfits till I get to my destination. I just want to be comfortable. So the lady in front of me, like, she had on sandals, so you have no socks. So she was like, oh my god, I gotta take off my shoes. I forgot about this part. So your feet is on that nasty floor. So I kind of just copped to, that smile we do. And the smile they do. Anyway. So yeah, and I was like, I always wear my slide-in sneakers and some socks for this part. Because they're going to make you take them shoes off, sugar. They're going to make you take them shoes off. And their belt. They're going to make you take your shoes off. So anyway, so yeah. So it was like, okay, cool, get through TSA. So I'm hustling. Get on it. It was like, okay, now you got to get to the deck. So one thing about getting to the deck, that runs every 5 to 10 minutes. So baby, yeah, I was able to hop on and get to my deck. And I was like, get up to the counter, and I was like, I missed my flight, didn't I? And I was talking to the girl, and so the dude was like, yep, because it was a dude on the side of her. And I was like, I just shot him a look, because it's not even your fault. It's my fault, because I should have said, because I left my phone, number one, and then I should have, when the man was like, you need some help, I should have asked, because then I could have had my phone and could have been on my deck, could have been on my flight, chilling. So, literally, but it was a couple in front of me, and it was their anniversary. And so she was like, the wife was like, oh my God, like security was so hectic. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. And so I was like, yes. So I'm adding on to it so they can look for me a flight. And so she was like, oh, I'm sorry, like y'all missed the flight. I don't, like we called y'all name a couple of times. I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm this is what it is. And so I was like, so I'm not calling busy because I was like, I don't want her to panic. My clothes is on the plane. So she was like, your clothes is going to Vegas. So I go back to the app and I was like, okay, let me figure something out. Don't panic. Y'all, because when you panic, when you go in a panic mode, you don't think clearly. Like you it's just a panic situation. You don't think clearly. So I was like, all right, let me go to the app to see when's the next flight. Because y'all not giving me nothing. So I go on the app and I'm looking. It's a damn Frontier plane leaving like in a good 10-15 minutes right next to it's a gate right next to the gate that I was supposed to be in. The only thing is one layover. So instead of me getting to Vegas at 3:30, I'm gonna get to Vegas like 7 o'clock. So I walked back up and I was like, there's no more room on this flight. And I was like, that flight right there. And so she looked at me and so she was like, it is. Hold on. And I was like, she was like, hold on. And so she did it. She was like, and I was like, please don't tell me y'all can't transfer the ticket because it's Frontier. Because it was a Frontier flight. And so she was like, you right. She was like, okay. So I just transferred your ticket. So the wife was like, it's our anniversary. You can't do that as well because it's a Frontier flight. And she kind of looked to the side. And so she was like, hold on. And so she was like, okay. So she called the girl because the girl was the girl at that desk. She was like, okay, I'm getting ready to close the flight. She was like, hold on, I'm sending you 3 people. So I went over and me and the couple went over. So we went over and so the girl was like, how y'all missed y'all flight? And we was like, security. Security was busy. She was like, y'all supposed to be here earlier. And so we was like, it was just a lot of people. Going with the flow. So get on the flight. Boom. We going to Vegas. Only thing is, I got a little layover in Colorado Springs. I'm cool with that because I ain't never been to Colorado Springs. So, hey, let me just do a little layover and just get some sights and stuff. Like, I ain't going to do too much, but let me get some sights. So, get on the plane, fly, land in Colorado Springs, and get off. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I need to tell Busy Bee I missed my flight to Vegas. This is long. So it's going to be a part 2. See y'all tomorrow.